Hello. Sammy, how are you? I love the starting soon screen. Thanks. This is one of the like free ones that you can get on Stream Elements, and it was so close to like the colors that I was already like that I had already picked, and so I just went and I like updated my colors a little bit. Why has this changed? I like reorganized my OBS and then it's now like unorganized again. Hello, friends. Whoa, do you want to come up here or not? How's everyone doing? We got some new stuff going on here, guys. We got some new stuff. So nice to see you. No, it's so nice to see you, Sammy. Are you ready for book club? Rory's ready for book club. Oh my god, you did that little face. Oh, I don't know if I have my my stream settings right. I will say my little pop-ups are going pretty slow. These. I'll have to look at that after that. That's not like a big deal. But I don't know if I set my YouTube settings right. No, I did. Okay. Perfect. It is so nice how like I can check to make sure things are working on YouTube before I actually go live. Like I can see how it's going to look on YouTube. I love that. Totally didn't finish this book today like a pleb. My procrastination just got too far. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. You finished it. That's what matters. Did you enjoy it? I guess we'll get into that when we're in. Oh, you're already, oh my God, you're in the mic. You're ready to go. Holy shit. You're more prepared than I am. But I had the thought mayhaps we could pick a spoopy book for October. I mean, if you have any spoopy books, I was just gonna do the Wheel of Fate. But if you have a spoopy book, I don't know what spoopy books. Yes. I'm assuming that's yes. You enjoyed it, right? I really, and like I did not think I was going to like this book. Thank you, Rory. Because his tongue was just like very wet, guys. It was kind of gross. Like obviously it's always wet, right? But it was more wet than usual. I didn't like it. What was I saying? Stop it, Rory. Why is your tongue so wet? What's wrong with you? See, that was a normal lick. That one was normal. Not me finishing the book in the Olive Garden while having dinner with my dad. Listen, we love to see it. What did you eat at Olive Garden? There's only... I used to eat a lot of stuff from Olive Garden. Like when I was growing up, I would get the ravioli. I usually got the fettuccine Alfredo because of course I did. Ravioli carbonara. That sounds delicious. Now I get the lasagna fritta, which is like an appetizer, but I just eat it as a meal. It's like the most Americanized thing they could possibly do. Like the Olive Garden is just Americanized, right? But like the lasagna fritta is like peak USA because it's just deep fried lasagna. Which maybe they do that in Italy. I doubt it. But I fucking love lasagna fritta. Like if I go to Olive Garden, that's what I'm getting. It's so good. Nothing even comes close. Honestly, it's lit. Fuck yeah. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll go to Olive Garden with you and you get that and then I'll try some of yours. Because I'm just gonna get the lasagna fritta. And some breadsticks. Y'all, I could eat my weight in breadsticks. From Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden breadsticks. I love them so much. I wonder, I just realized, is it, oh no, I guess that would make the same thing with Twitch. I was gonna say, is it weird that you can see your chat in the chat box and also on the screen, but like it's the same way on Twitch? I only have it on this screen. So, that's all the good of the normal cheese wrap with the nice carbonara sauce. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not know what a carbonara sauce is. So I'm gonna look that up right now. Excuse me. Not cart. Carbonara. Loki! Breadsticks from Olive Garden, but also Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. Listen, When I was little, we used to go to Olive Garden, Red Lobster, like for like usually like my sister's birthday, she wanted to go to Red Lobster because my whole family likes like seafood, except for me. I hate seafood. I've never liked seafood. I don't like the smell. I don't like the texture. I usually don't like the taste. I do not like crab, lobster. I don't like any of it. Texture, taste, smell, even the look of it. I'm not about it. But we would go to Red Lobster a lot because my sister liked it. My parents like it. So we go there quite a bit when I was younger. And I would just get, they have like other shit. So I would get like a fucking like steak from Red Lobster or like a burger. But I would really just like stuff my face with those cheddar biscuits. And you can buy like the mix. You can get it like Aldi. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's like a light cream cheese sauce with bacon bits. What the fuck? I want that. Oh my God. Fuck yeah. Carbonara. I've never had this. I don't know why, but like to me, carbonara just sounds like it sounds like it'd just be a red sauce. I don't know why. It sounds like it would be a red sauce. It's not. I'm looking at it. And I never thought to ask like, hey, what's in that? To like try it. Egg is the secret sauce to a carbonara. You know what? You should have stopped at bacon. I'm not a big egg fan. I actually am trying to eat eggs more. I am trying to eat eggs more for like protein, and also like if I want to move to Korea, they have eggs in everything. I have to start liking eggs. I actually had eggs for breakfast this morning, kind of as an experiment. So I had to throw away most of my groceries because the power was out for, 30 hours. Not most of them. Most of the stuff in my fridge. My freezer stuff was fine, and obviously I have non-perishables. I had a lot of non-perishables. But I had to throw like my milk, most of my cheeses, my mayonnaise, my other things, my vegetables. I had to throw out all this stuff. And I was like, I wonder if I need to throw out my eggs, because I know a lot of people don't even refrigerate eggs. And so I was like, I wonder if because mine have been refrigerated, it matters. And so I made eggs for breakfast, and I was like, if I get sick, I'll know. And then today I was on the phone with my mom. She was like, why don't you just put them in water and find out if they're bad? And I was like, oh yeah. Forgot that was an option. I haven't gotten sick yet, so we're looking good. I don't prefer red sauces, so I like that this is added to the menu. Fuck yeah. I'm also not a big red sauce fan. I like some like meat, like red meat sauces. Like I'll eat like a meat sauce on like spaghetti, right? I have so many chats open, it's driving me crazy. Hold on, let me minimize this one. Because I've got like the chat on the screen. I've got the chat that's actually working in OBS today, and then I've got the chat from YouTube. And so I'm like, okay. Oh, you can't taste the egg? Me eating a cake, I can taste the egg. Listen, anytime somebody says I can't taste the insert ingredient here, I can. Oh, you can't taste the coconut? I absolutely can. Oh, you can't taste the fish? Yes, you can. Are your taste buds broken? Obviously, if it's something you don't like, it sticks out to you more because like you're like wary of it. But still, I'll be the judge of that. I listen. I'm trying to just. Sometimes I think like sometimes you can taste the egg in cake. I hate tomatoes in a red sauce for me. See, I don't like tomatoes either. That's why if I'm going to have a red sauce, it has to be like when I make sauce, it's like I don't use like tomatoes, right? I'm using like the can of like tomato. It's not soup, but it looks like soup, right? Like just like a can of tomato sauce. And then I season the fuck out of it. It's like if I'm making sauce at home, I'm also making like meat sauce. Again, like I don't really like red sauces. I'm making meat sauce, but it's got basil, it's got oregano, it's got rosemary, it's got salt, it's got pepper, it's got garlic, it's got onion powder. It's got everything in it. Hey, I only really like it at certain points, like the Carrabba's marinara sauce for the mott sticks. You know what? I think that's my red sauce. Marinara sauce, like on pasta, no. With mozzarella sticks, fuck yeah. I fucking love mozzarella sticks, and I will dip them into marinara sauce. Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I prefer a pizza with a white sauce. Fun fact about me. And even if I order pizza with a red sauce, I ask for light sauce. I don't like red sauce that much. My family makes fun of me for eating pasta plain, but like I don't want the sauce. Listen, I used to do that when I was a kid. Cause especially like my grandma would always make like her pasta sauce. It wasn't always meat sauce. And even if it was, it always had like chunks of tomatoes in it. And I hate tomatoes, guys. Like I honestly don't think there's anything that I hate more than tomatoes. I will eat a fish before I eat a tomato. And I hate fish, but I hate tomatoes more. And so I would just eat, good old butter noodles. And now I've graduated from just butter noodles because now I make garlic parm noodles, but it's just butter noodles with garlic and cheese. And occasionally like I add like a splash of heavy cream to, make a little sauce. It's just grown up butter noodles. And I have zero shame in that. I still just cook some pasta and put butter and cheese on it. Fuck yeah. No shit. That's damn. I wish I'd had that for dinner. I couldn't decide what I wanted for dinner. I have limited options right now, right? Because a lot of my groceries went bad. And so I only have like my non-perishables. And so I ended up just making a PB&J. I was like, do I want ramen? No. Do I want this? No. Do I want that? No. So I just made a PB&J. But now I kind of wish I had just made butter noodles, damn. I like buttered pasta. Nothing wrong with that. Yo, PB&J though. Listen, I love a PB&J. And like, I haven't actually I haven't had jelly, like regular jelly in my house for the longest time. I have like weird jellies. Like I have habanero jelly, which I love. I have a jalapeno pear jelly, which also I love. Like I love them, but like I'm not gonna put that on a PB&J, right? Like I put it on toast. I like to do sometimes I'll do like burrata, or like I whip cottage cheese and I'll do that on toast with like one of those weird jellies. My spicy jellies. But like I'm not gonna put that with peanut butter. And so last time I went to the store, I got grape jelly and I was like, oh fuck yeah. And it's so cheap and it's so delicious and it's like savory and sweet and it's just amazing. PB&J is a staple for me. Staple even. Listen, I think it's gonna be a staple for me now. It's because it's so easy to make. You get your protein, you get some carbs in there. There might be a serving of fruit, maybe. Like part of a serving of fruit. I think there's something that resembles real grapes in there. I don't know. It's good. That's all that matters. Boo, boo, boo. Thank you, Rory. Thank you. Let me pop in our book club voice chat.
Hello.
Hello. Lack of phrasing or comparisons. It's like my safe food. Fuck yeah. Mine's popcorn.
Yeah. I should have known.
I fucking love popcorn.
Popcorn's pretty good.
So good. I don't want like none of your like fancy ass popcorns. People are like, have you had pickle popcorn? No.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah.
I know why I took so much offense to pickle popcorn, but
You're like in front of my salad?
Honestly, pickle
Pop,
what
like,
am I gonna do next?
I don't know. And like, that's
Pickle
always
my
the one
popcorn?
that people ask me. Is pickle pop. I don't even like
feel
white
like-
cheddar popcorn. Like everybody like loves white cheddar popcorn. I hate white cheddar popcorn.
I just like regular popcorn.
I
Every
just
once in
want-
a while I'll try a kettle corn, but
Oh, I
even
hate
then, it's
kettle
like,
corn. Yeah, pickle popcorn.
I'm gonna pickle my popcorn.
Tim Loki, Tim Loki. Is that what I'm gonna call you now? I'm having an existential crisis.
Loki Altman.
Loki Altman.
I had anxiety earlier of being like, this is Loki, right? Because like I'll know, but even then I'm like, but what if I'm wrong?
Listen, same though. And I know him like IRL, and same though.
It's just a mood.
It's just a mood. Let me find my I vacuumed earlier, and so all my stuff is pushed around, and so I need my foot pedal that I use for muting. Here she is. Okay. Anyway, actually, I don't know if it still works, right? It's for Discord, so it shouldn't matter that I don't stream on. It still works. Good. Okay. Everything's fine. But yeah, I'm trying to think of all the other like weird flavors of popcorn people have asked me about. Somebody has a habanero popcorn, and I love habanero, but I don't want it on my popcorn.
Yeah.
This song that is playing right now is...
I cannot hear.
It's freaking me out. I'm gonna skip to the next one. Oh, wait. Okay. Are you ready, kids? Sign into chat.
I'm ready.
I have to hold on. This is weird. Oh my god. Oh god, I don't know what to do now. Oh god, hold on. I've made a mistake. I have to sign into my YouTube chat from my YouTube account in OBS,
Oh god.
but I forgot my password.
Oh
Hold
no.
on.
Hold on a minute, gamer.
It's saved in Firefox. One moment, please. How do I... Password. Where are my passwords, Firefox?
Firefox, please.
I think I found it. I just started moving over to a different password manager. But I haven't moved everything over yet. Let's see if that's it. Is that it, friends? Oh my god, what a nightmare. Hold on. What have I done? Oh no, it's like, it's showing the chat, but like it's showing the whole window. What have I done? I should have just left it.
Oh no.
Hold on. What am I doing? Ah! I'm just gonna pop it out like I did the other day.
You got this.
I'm a professional streamer, guys. Can't you tell?
You are. I won't hear otherwise.
Thanks. Thank you for defending my honor.
Of course.
You're like, that's not what I said. Okay. I don't know if I just fucked up chat or not, but we'll see. Dang, I had that all organized and everything too, and then I was like, oh, log into chat? Sure. Bad idea, bad idea.
Gotta leave, gotta leave.
All right. So, my friends, Sadie,
Yes.
how did you like it?
It's weird with crime books, so you're like, yeah, I enjoyed it,
True.
but I thought it was very good.
But you enjoyed it? I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It
It's great. I can say I enjoyed it.
yeah, like it
Great.
kept my attention, which is, as we discussed the last time we read a quote unquote crime book, I normally struggle with like detective type novels.
Yeah.
So
I like crime. I like fake crime.
I like crime, just out of context.
I'd like the record to be shown. I like fake crime.
I just realized I never opened my bot. Not that it matters, since it apparently doesn't work in YouTube, but whatever.
Oh, no.
So fake crime only. That's fair. That's fair.
Is it too controversial to say full offense to some of those true crime people?
No, but like legitimately. Like going on a brief tangent. It might not be brief. We'll find out. So this Dahmer show is out now, right?
Yeah, it's, oh my god.
And I know I can't watch it. Like I'm a big baby anyway, but like I do not do well. Like even in horror movies that like aren't real life, like I don't do well if it's something that could happen in real life.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is something that like legitimately happened, and then they are now taking it, and like it's not a documentary, right? Like it's not. It is a show for entertainment. They took this horrible thing.
They told none of the families about or something.
That they told none of the families about. And then when the families found out, they asked them to stop, and they didn't. Because it's public record, so legally they don't have to have permission. I think there needs to be laws around that. I think this is eye-opening. And they made this show that's based on, like, it's just for entertainment. That's what it's for. And they're like, oh, it's to educate people. No, there are other ways to educate people. I know who Jeffrey Dahmer is. I didn't have to watch this show.
Yeah.
And the family's obviously upset about it. And then there's all these people, and it's mostly white girls on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, that are like, everybody's saying they're so grossed out by the show, but I just watched it no problem. Like I was eating. And it's like, there's something fucking wrong with you.
It's not the fucks you think it is.
Right. Like that. Okay. Congratulations. You're a
real
sociopath. Like, okay, you're the next serial killer. Got it. Like, why do you think that makes, like, this isn't a flex. This doesn't make you cool. This doesn't make you interesting. This makes you public enemy number one.
Are the people
Angelica? Like,
they buy like merch about it?
Yeah.
Please.
People are buying, and like people are calling him hot. And I'm like, first of all, that's an actor. Second of all, still weird.
Yeah.
To call a serial killer who
like,
murdered and ate people hot.
Yeah. I know someone said like there are
Weirdos.
literally tons of fake horror movies.
Right.
That you can just get merch for instead. It's like, I don't know if that makes sense. It's like my friend has ghost face earrings.
Right.
You don't need Jeffrey Dahmer earrings.
You don't need Jeffrey Dahmer earrings. Like, you don't need a Jeffrey Dahmer t-shirt. Like,
you can just be, oh my, some of these people just, maybe you should go into watching horror.
Dreamy, hello.
Ari, hello.
Oh, Ari. We go by Ari. I'm sorry. It's me, the ghost face friend.
It is.
I hope it's okay we were talking about you. All good things, all good things. Unless you own Jeffrey Dahmer earrings, and then...
No, they don't.
How are you, Ari? Welcome in. Hi, Roby. You want to say hello? He say hi. What are the odds that I unmuted when he said that? Look at you, Sammy. But yeah, like there's, I don't really like horror. And so, especially like real life horror. And so I'm already like put off by it. But then like the fact that it is in like actual events that happened. And they're just,
it's gross.
Yeah. They're like trivializing it. And it's so weird. Like this book, like obviously I wouldn't consider this book horror, but it's definitely like thriller and like crimey. But like this didn't happen. Like this was entertainment. And
yeah, it's like it's literally just a fake novel.
Right.
Where the author is trying to express something. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like
no, like it has real life, what's the word I'm looking for? like real life, I guess, like this could happen in real life. Like very feasibly could, but it's not like a real person.
Yeah. It's not real people.
Yeah.
The only one getting hurt is the readers going through this.
Right. It's like the anxiety of reading.
Yeah. It's like, I described it earlier when I was talking to my dad post-reading. At the Olive Garden. I was like, it's a hard read, not in that I felt like it was hard to read, just in content. Like, I wasn't expecting a lot of it for some reason.
No, same though.
Like, I don't know what I thought there was gonna be, but it wasn't that.
I also, like, it was not what I expected.
Very sad.
It was very sad. It was a page turner. Like, I legit, like, I couldn't stop reading it. And it's been a long time since I've read a book like that for the first time.
I'm being very honest. I've been putting off reading this book for so long. Not because I didn't want to read it, because I'm in one of those headspaces.
Yeah, I feel that.
Where it's just hard to read right now. It's like, what am I doing? Sleeping or playing Splatoon or tapping?
Legit though.
And I could not put it down today. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start reading it today, and hopefully I can get through it. And I was like, ooh. I was like,
you read all of it today? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I picked it up this afternoon.
Damn.
Like, I know it doesn't take me a long time to read when I start reading, so I wasn't like too worried. Especially since it's shorter than most of the other books I read.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was short.
You know what? I feel like it was a good length.
Yeah. I guess short compared to, like, it was over 100 pages shorter than any of the other books we read.
I feel like it did what it had to do.
Yeah, but it accomplished what it set out to accomplish,
Which
I think.
helped in the fact that it was a page turner. It just kept...
It's not like,
I didn't think it was too short.
No, yeah, like it's 300 pages. That's a respectable length of a book.
Yeah, it felt like watching a show.
Yeah, it legit, like, especially with the way that the format. Yeah, like the format, like going back and forth, like I'm already a really visual reader, but having like I could like see the camera angles, right? Like having like Sadie and like going on her adventure and then going like I like picture like a literal podcast studio, which obviously he wasn't normally in, but like sometimes I could see it. And so I was like, damn, like I don't know. It was a very visual book without actually being visual.
Yeah, it was very like I could very easily tell what was all happening.
Yeah. Because like even with
very descriptive.
Yeah, very descriptive. And like even with I remember no one's names except for Sadie. Because it has been a while since I read it. So I'm just gonna call them.
I did not accomplish reading it earlier, but I'm glad I read it today.
No shame, no shame. So podcast guy.
I'm so sorry.
What?
For which I'm so sorry I didn't read it sooner. It's just like it's been a month.
No, listen, we needed a break. Because even though I read it, I was like, I'm not ready for book club. So here we are. Yeah. You read it now. That's what matters. But I just like as I was reading it, like even like the chapters with the podcast, like I feel like it didn't actually describe much about his surroundings, right? Because that wasn't the point of his part. But like I could still like see it, which is I don't know.
Like even from his name, like you can make up a persona.
Yeah, yeah. So it was.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like even the names are just they had like personality to them, even without being too much information.
It really did. Like the
It was written well, I think, in that regard.
Yeah, and like you can tell that. At least I think you can tell. Like that this person did a lot of like Courtney Summers did a lot of research. Just in like the towns that she was talking about, and I personally think even like you said, like the types of names, like those illustrated so much about the characters beyond like just how they were in the story. Even just how they were named made sense. Like Sadie, and now I see the sister's name was Maddie. Like,
Yeah.
like I can see exactly who those girls are.
Like, I'm thinking of the guy's name is Russ McRae or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, you can tell what kind of guy.
Yeah, that's a radio personality if I ever did hear one.
It is.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
He's
from like New York or whatever.
Yeah, like he sounds like he'd be a banker or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just interesting how just like those little things, they just fit so well with the story. Because listen, I don't know if it was because it was our first book, if it really just left this like imprint on me, but like I'm always gonna come back to fucking Crown Chasers and goddamn Alyssa.
Yeah.
Like, that name doesn't make sense in that context. It just, to me, it doesn't. Whereas like West McRae, that's absolutely a podcaster.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know what? It doesn't need to be like super like in depth or like in the meta of whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you give what you need to know to the reader.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know, like naming characters seems so silly, but like sometimes it's so, like Gideon, great name. In that story, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Griddle, perfect. Like Harrowhark, absolute ridiculous name, but perfect.
Yeah.
Like it fits this
Corona,
like you can see these people, right? I can't see Alyssa Farshot or whatever the fuck her name was. I can't see that.
I can't even remember that.
Because I hated it, Sammy. I hated it so much. I like the naming conventions in that book were just like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Can you get off you over? Thank you. He keeps licking like the inside he keeps not my weenus, but the opposite of my weenus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it feels weird. Now my inner weenus is soggy. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I feel like the well, the elbow is like the whole thing, right?
The fleshy elbow?
Yeah. Listen, Loki. There's nothing wrong with your inner weenus. I feel like I don't remember who wrote Crown Chasers, but I feel like she just named the characters after her friends. And like, while that's all well and good, I don't think it accomplished much. Whereas like in this story, I feel like the names really fit the characters and their setting. And I don't know, apparently that's very important to me, if you haven't caught on.
It reminds me of, I think her name is Kara Thomas. I really like her crime books.
I'm gonna look that up now.
The first one I read, and one of my favorites, is The Darkest Corners.
It would help if I spelled her name wrong. Yeah. Yeah, whoops. Whoopsies. She looks like Ginny Weasley.
Oh my gosh. No comment. I really like The Darkest Corners.
Oh, she's written a lot of books. Here we go, The Darkest Corners. They all have pretty good reviews. People, well, 2 people really like The New Friends. That's 5 stars from those 2 people. My ear itches all of a sudden.
How dare.
Here we go. This looks terrifying. I feel like I may have read this. When did this come out? 2016, maybe not. No, what does this look like? This cover looks like another book.
Probably.
About, it starts with a G, I think. It'll come to me. I don't know either.
The book's basically like about You know what? You could read. I don't want to step over and spoil anything. It's been so long.
Oh no. I'm not gonna read that out loud, actually. That'll get me distracted. I'm gonna save that to read later though. Okay.
I just thought it was written now, which is why it reminded me of this.
Yeah.
It's very like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm sorry, my brain's going.
Nope, but like same.
It's like the like there was like a serial killer in their town or whatever, and the cops kind of were like, I don't want to say pressuring them to say certain things.
Of course.
To put someone away.
Fucked up.
Yeah, anyway, Dad's dying, comes back years later to the town where everything happened and blah blah blah, and staying with her friend, and it's basically unearthing shit.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll read that.
It was good.
I'll put in my want to read. I can't remember what this book reminds me of, like this book cover. It'll come to me. I'll think of it.
Like a book mythology.
I wonder if I can like reverse image search it, see what happens. We've already done that. Okay. I need to like get better discussion questions other than just asking the same ones over and over again, but this is what we have right now.
Always just ask the ones that are always
little effort.
tangents.
Yeah. So we may have already kind of gone over this. How did you feel when you finished reading this book?
Not good, but like obviously I knew I liked the book. I was a little conflicted because I wanted more, obviously.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if it was kind of like the point is that you'll like, I don't know, to be from like a listener's perspective, like you only get so much, and it left a like open ending of what you want to believe.
Yeah, like it's very real in the fact that like sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah, it was one of the things where like I like knowing more, obviously, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily like a fault of the book.
Yeah,
like I don't think like the books being good or not was contingent on that ending.
Right, I agree. Like it was a good book.
Some books, you know, are contingent on their ending.
Yeah,
or if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but it's like some books, I don't want to say they're only good if they have like a good tied together ending.
I agree though. Like I think
I feel like with this it was kind of one of the points. Like the quote on the cover of the book, I have the physical edition, is if she dies, she takes the truth with her.
Oh yeah.
And I think I said like embossed on the cover of this book is a switchblade.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like a white cover. It's not like outlined or anything, but like I can see the outline of the switchblade.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't think that's like visually available on the ebook. I don't even know if I actually have the ebook downloaded on this iPad because I finished this book before I even got this iPad.
It's funny, like the cover is her in the red jacket.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's the most visually stunning.
And like it's a great cover. Like I would pick this book up at a store. And like people always say like don't judge a book by its cover. Like bitch, that's the first thing I'm looking at. Like if you don't have a good cover,
tell genre if anything.
Yeah, like if you don't have a good cover, why would I read your book? If you didn't care about how it's presenting itself, why should I?
And not like everything has to be good, like quote unquote the best. It's just like
just like interesting.
It has to give you enough.
Yeah. Like I'm not asking for like
Picasso.
Major artwork. Right, exactly. Like I'm just asking for a good looking cover. Like, and this, I'm like going off on another tangent here, but like an example, like, and some people hate it. I love the original cover for The Fault in Our Stars. Like I was going to read it anyway because I love John Green, but I think that cover is just really, it made me want to read it. I was like, what's happening? Like, I'm going to pull it up now to show the chat.
Is it just the bubbles? Is that the original?
It's the bubbles, yeah.
I've never read it.
Oh. God, I love that book. Like, I just think, like, it's just, I don't, like, again, I was going to read it anyway because it was John Green. But when I read this after it came out. Like, I didn't read it, like, when it was released. But, like, when I was looking for what books to read next, I was, like, between a couple, and then this one just caught my eye. Like, I just thought it was really interesting, and it made me want to know what was going on. And, like, I think it does a good job of, like, drawing the reader in without giving away the story.
Yeah.
And I think
like the cover of this book.
Like, and I was saying, and I think this book does that same thing. Like, it draws your attention, but it doesn't act like, you can't look at this and know what this book is about, but it's an interesting cover.
Like, you know what it's about after, and you recognize the cover.
Yeah.
Like, I recognize the switchblade.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly
and the
how
fact that it's open on the cover.
Fault in Our Stars works too. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Do you see the picture?
Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Look at that. No, yeah.
I think it's interesting because I don't know if the switchblade is ever open when she's holding it.
God, I can't remember.
Cover,
yeah.
Which I think is significant.
That's really cool.
Or maybe I'm reading too much into things. You know what? That's fine. It's fine.
Hold on, I'm checking my...
How did you feel after reading this?
How did I feel after reading this? I mean, very similar to you. Like, I wanted more. I literally, like, I finished the chapter and I turned the page and it was like about the author. And so I kept like flipping the pages. Because in the ebook, there's like a preview of another book and I kept flipping the pages. I was like, there's got to be more. And then there wasn't. And I was like, oh no. And like, spoilers for the book, obviously, for anybody listening, but obviously I want to know if she lived or if she didn't, but I think that's, like you had said, like, that's kind of the point. Like, as a listener and as even like this West McCrae person, like, you might never know the answer. Like, just like in real life, you might never know the answer.
Yeah.
Like
as much as I wanted to see that scene and see what happened,
yeah.
Like, it's like my personal belief is, like, I'd like to think she's alive and just fucked off.
Yeah.
Turn off.
And it's just like the way that it was written was just so like illustrative to show like we know that shit went down, but we don't know what shit. Like, obviously, you know, like, he got fucked up. She probably got fucked up. And I can only assume, and I, in my mind, believe that she, whether she's alive or dead, like, that she felt like she accomplished what she set out to do. And, like, that's how it ended for me. And it was stressful and I was full of anxiety, and I finished this at like 2 a.m. and I couldn't go to bed. I
finished this in Olive Garden. Trying to eat and like read this was not as easy.
I can't even imagine. I don't think I would have been able to. Like, thank God he didn't have a red sauce. Damn.
I know. I just kept wanting to read more. I was like trying to finish my dinner so I could go back to reading it.
Yeah.
I only had a couple pages left and I was like, oh fuck.
God. It just...
Yeah, and like with the podcast name and thing, like, the girls. Like, it's about like, you know, if anything, I'd like to think it's about like the countless people she probably saved.
True. Like, when you think about that chapter, like, obviously, the guy, I think his name was Keith, but that wasn't his real name. But that's what she knew him as, maybe?
Jack?
I don't remember.
I think his real name is
her
Jack.
not dad.
Keith, yeah, we'll go with Keith.
So...
The guy that the mom was with the longest.
Yeah, so the guy that the mom was with, so this, like, obviously he's a fucking fucked up dude, and people knew he was a fucked up dude, but I guess not enough people, and only people who were also fucked up dudes.
And
but
there's like the willful ignorance side of it.
Like this, like, I just being like for example, like that last mother and daughter, like being those two and then finding this, like obviously the daughter knew, right?
Oh my god, like I knew way before we got to that chapter. I'm like,
yeah,
this guy's gonna have to tell her.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't remember where I was going with this.
I was so fucked up when I saw that kid was there.
Yeah. I was like, oh no.
And like all of the revelations between like Sadie and her sister were just so, it's so sad because like the more you go on, the more you realize
the
Sadie's putting on her
postcard.
shoulder. Yeah, I didn't realize that one line.
Like I was like, because then it's like, oh, she blamed herself. Like 100%.
It's easy for us as readers and people not in this fake story. You'd be like, obviously it's not her fault. She's like, right. I don't know how old she was when she wrote the postcard even, but it's like, obviously it's not her fault. Like, she was dealt a shit hand and she's trying to make it work. Like, she's not like bad by any means.
Like, she was just trying to,
like, all the other things she put on her
sister. Yeah.
Or like, when it said she had the one night where she had the switchblade under her pillow.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And that's the night the mom came out.
Mm-hmm. Which is,
and like all the things left unsaid, and maybe that could have worked. It's just so sad.
Yeah. And then the like grandma who wasn't really the grandma, like being like, he was the nicest one, and it's like, oh,
he was a God-fearing man.
Yeah, it's like he's actually like the worst one.
He is actually the worst.
Like literally the worst one. Like you have no idea how fucked up that is. And it's just
like, it's just so fucked.
Yeah. And then like going to that, like when she gets to that town after she spoke to the lady with the friend who was a dad who was what was he, like a softball coach or a baseball coach or something?
Oh, Silas.
I don't remember anyone's names.
Something like that.
Yeah. Silas sounds right. That sounds right. And like turns out he's a fucking pervert. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were in it together.
And then that even made me think, like, since Keith, Jack, Darren, whatever his name was, like, so he was in a relationship with that guy's sister. And then that made me think, like, did Silas do something to her too?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was in play. If she did say at some point, which fucked me up, is that he gave her first kiss when she was 10. I was
saying when she was little, yeah.
And he was 17.
Yeah. Like red flags.
The first sign.
All around. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, and
like,
because it's like so real, like the shit that can happen.
Yeah.
And it, like, I was like, my stomach was turning the whole book.
And just the fact that he's consistently targeting, it was just so disgusting.
Yeah. Like how he would find kids, it's fucked up.
And when she found the Sadie tag.
Yeah. I just got like goosebumps because I'm so like,
It's so,
like I'm gonna need to take a shower.
Yeah. And then that felt like, oh, this is why I told Sadie. It's like it's the one about Sadie.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean.
Ugh.
Hopefully.
I think so. It's just, I can't. Or like even when she found like the little girl's shirt without a tag, I was like, I can't. It's fucked up.
You know what? Like no matter what she said, like she set out to do what no one else could.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And she did it.
She fucking did it.
Yeah.
She might not have lived to know it, but she did.
But she did. That's what matters.
And in his own fucking hubris, that's why he died.
Good. Ugh. So gross.
Because he refused to go to the hospital.
Yup.
Good fucking rodent.
Good fucking, like he's not even like a real person, and I'm like, fuck you.
Rotten
Go
hell.
fucking die.
Hell.
Yeah. Rotten fictional hell. Like God. It's awful. I think it's a good segue into our next question. Did this book affect how you view mental health?
I mean, I can't say it changed my views on mental health, but it was a lot of like you could write essays on how you think their mental states were.
Right.
And just like their relationships with each other.
Mm-hmm. Like it had a lot of like very clear evidence of like people struggling with mental health.
Oh yeah.
But it never, like, it wasn't like, oh, my mom had these issues and that's why she was an addict. Oh, I had these issues and that's why I'm depressed and have
it's like a lot more
PTSD. Yeah. It's
less obvious than that,
yeah.
but it's like more real is how it felt.
Yeah. Like it's just like woven in. Because we're just like, we're like living it alongside them. Like each part, like obviously in a different way, but. And so it's like you said, it's very real.
Like I almost forgot when I started reading, but they're making the podcast like 6 months after she's been missing or something.
Right.
Or like a year. So like we get to, I think that's part of the point is like we get to see glimpses of what happened with the points they found out, but not the ending because they never found it out.
Yeah. Like it's very, it's clever. Like just like the writing in general is very clever. But not like clever to be clever. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of books nowadays are just trying to like trend. And so like they try to come up with like these like plot twists and these things and like, oh, haha, gotcha. Whereas this never felt like that. This just felt like,
write a good book.
Yeah.
Like some people
Thanks,
don't realize
Courtney Summers.
Even if some things are a little, not that I'm talking about this book in particular, but like even if some things are predictable, that doesn't mean it's bad.
Right. Yeah.
Like not everything has to be the twistiest, turniest of events.
Right. I hate when there are plot twists just for the sake of a plot twist.
You know what? Like we could see, you know, where this was going in general. Like you get the red flags.
Yeah.
But like the smallest things are what fucked me up the most.
Exactly.
Just like she wrote the postcard, like that fucked me up immensely.
Yeah.
And that's like not, and that's just like one line.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it didn't change the trajectory of the story.
Like, the biggest, not jump scare, like plot twist. Completely different.
God, it was kind of a jump scare.
Portrayed as this big plot twist.
Yeah.
It was portrayed as like this thing they found out,
right?
Which just changes your view a little.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, damn.
Right, like there can still be suspense without it being like turning you around every. Yeah.
Being like,
it's just a good book. I'm honestly shocked like that it doesn't have a higher rating on Goodreads. Like it has a 4.08, which is still good.
On like the ending.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I think the book was good enough where it didn't need to have, like, it has an open ending. Things are allowed. Yeah, like even this person
gave it 4 stars instead of 5, and they said, "But what happened?" Like, okay. Is it like, yeah. I'm trying to find like all of these are like they're just like 4 and 5 stars reviews. There's 1% of 1-star reviews. I want to see what these are.
Oh gosh.
Oh, see, this person wanted plot twists, which I guess people just want different things in different books.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. They said, I'm honestly blown away that the reviews of this book are so great. Okay, well, fuck off, Jenna. I saw the ending coming from page 50. Right. That doesn't make it not a good book. When I read a good thriller, I expect to be thrilled. Okay, the fact that you didn't find it thrilling is interesting just because it didn't have plot twists. That's fine.
I mean, just because it doesn't have like, and then it was her evil twin sister, doesn't make it like that it didn't have plot twists.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh my God, this review. Well, I finished it, but I'm sorry I did, as the author forgot to finish writing it. I fucking can't. Yeah, these are just... That's funny. It's interesting how different people experience books differently. Like I know that there are people out there who absolutely love Crown Chasers and think that it is a stunning, amazing, like miracle of a novel. And that's fine. Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them. I think Sadie was pretty good book.
I did too. I gave it 5 stars.
I don't think I haven't actually rated it yet. I'll give it 5 stars though. I really enjoyed this.
I was thinking about it, like, what should I rate it? Because I didn't want to be like, oh, I'll rate it too high, because I just like books I like. I was like, you know what? I generally can't find anything wrong.
Yeah, why not rate it 5 stars? Because you liked it, right? Like, so?
Yeah. I was thinking about giving it 4 stars, like, when I first finished it, and I, like, immediately went to go rate it. But I was like, what? Like, what? Just because it had an open ending? Like, no, it was good.
Yeah, like, it had an open ending, but it made sense.
Yeah, it did make sense.
Yeah.
Which I can't say for all open endings.
Right. Let's see. I'm trying to see the last book that I rated 5 stars. I honestly, I think it was Turtles All the Way Down.
Oh.
Hmm?
I was gonna say the Cerulean Sea.
Oh, did I rate that one 5 stars? I'm just gonna type Cerulean. I don't remember.
Did you rate that one?
Yeah, I read that one. I really liked that one. I did give that one 5 stars. Okay, so that was the last one I gave 5 stars. Good job, me.
I was gonna say, because I gave that one 5 stars.
Yeah, I really liked that book too. That one has a 4.45. Wow.
I will say I have to BRB really quick. I'm so sorry.
Not a problem. Is it for little baby Lexi?
No.
Oh, if it was, I was gonna say give her pets, but if it's not, that's fine. I'll see you when you're back. Well, I won't see you. You'll see me. What are we thinking so far, chat? Has anybody else read Lexi? Lexi is Sammy's dog. Have anyone else read Sadie? I just got a million messages on Discord. Let's see what they're about. I'm trying to think of like what else to say about this book. Let me actually just go back to here. So like I've said this a million times now probably, but like this is not like a typical book that I read. I don't like true crime. It really freaks me out, as we kind of discussed earlier. I don't like horror. Obviously this isn't horror, but like horror in the way that like things that could potentially happen in real life. And obviously like every aspect of this book is 100% something that could happen in real life. And it actually like being like in the universe of the book, like true crime, I think it did a good job of how true crime should be, like of illustrating that, like with Wes McCrae and like his show and stuff. Like he's trying to find answers. Like there's not an answer to this question. Where is Sadie? What happened to Sadie? We don't have an answer. So he's trying to find the answer and he doesn't find it. And he doesn't come up with all of these things that could have happened. He doesn't speculate. He doesn't say, well, this could have happened. This could have happened. At least again, in the book. And I don't know if like maybe there were other alternative versions of this where it wasn't that, but the way that it is presented in this final version, with it just being West tracking down leads, which again, I'm not normally like a detective person, but the way we got like two sides of the story in this book, I think made it much easier for me to remain interested. And then even with the investigative parts of it, it wasn't, there wasn't that speculation, which I think in real life, especially like when you're seeing like these TikToks and these YouTube videos and now these fucking shows, there's a lot of speculation and a lot of made up parts. Like they're filling in the gaps with what they think may have happened instead of just saying as they did in this book. We don't know. Like Sadie got from here to there somehow, we don't know, right? Like Sadie's been missing for 6 months. Like we know she met up with this guy. That's the end of the story. And I think that's something that a lot more people need to acknowledge, is that you're not always going to know. Like there's not always going to be an answer.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
To come back into things, I just opened the book to check something.
Oh, yeah.
It does start out with the podcast.
Yeah. That's good to
So,
remember.
if that makes sense, it starts and ends with the podcast for a reason.
Yeah. Kind of goes into what I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
That's perfect. There's no answer. People are mad that the book isn't finished. Like,
It
is. Just because you're like I get wanting more. Like I wanted more. I get that. Like I do want to know what happened to Sadie. But just like in real life, like I want to know what happened to this is just like the first thing that popped in my head. Like John Benet Ramsey, right? Like this case that happened years and years and years ago. Like everybody wanted to know what happened to her, and people kept making shit up, and still to this day people make shit up. We don't know. We may never know. And like that's just how it is. And I think that this book did a good job of like
commentary on that.
Yeah, a good commentary on that. Like you can try to solve a problem and never get there. I guess it's not a problem, but like, you know, I don't want to say try and solve a crime.
Yeah.
Like you can try and like find out what happened, but you probably won't, honestly. Like I think there's like some statistic, and I don't exactly remember what it is, but like most, like there are more unsolved crimes than solved ones. And that's just how life is. And for people to be upset that a book is also like that, and like that never happens. Like books never just leave you like with nothing. It's not with nothing at the end, but you know, like without the answer that you want. But that's how life is. So why not? Why shouldn't the book end that way? I really enjoyed this book.
It was good.
It was good. I sort of just went on about this, but if you also would like to talk on how do you feel about how the story was told? I didn't even actually mean to talk about that. I just ended up there.
I feel like I've said what I need to say. I thought it was great.
Yeah. What do you think was the main theme or message of this book?
God.
Some questions don't have answers.
Yeah.
Life doesn't always go your way.
Like, not everything needs to have, like, a point. It can just be a commentary, I feel.
Yeah.
Or theme. It's just like...
I feel like the people who gave this book 1 star probably are watching the Jeffrey Dahmer show.
Oh my god. I mean... Yeah.
Like...
I'm trying to think of a coherent theme or message in my mind. Or put my thoughts together, I mean.
Yeah. Get you.
It's like, obviously it was just like a commentary about like the consumption of like these crime stories and how it should be about like saving people. Like
Yeah.
that's what we should be focusing on. Like the all these forgotten people and what happened to them.
Yeah.
And like if there's anything I could say, it's maybe just like how sometimes we're willfully ignorant
True.
to like some of the bad stuff that we shouldn't be willfully ignorant toward.
Yeah.
And like how a lot of these people knew where they were sending Sadie. And they sent her anyway.
And they sent her. Oh, I didn't like. Obviously, like I like experienced that feeling like reading the book, but I didn't like think about that like as a Like,
And
yeah.
we don't understand what that means till later on, but
Yeah.
like this, like what's she, 19-year-old kid, basically.
Yeah.
Like this very like this teenager still, who
Right.
couldn't even finish high school to protect her sister, who blames her so much of stuff on herself when she was just a kid for most of it. Like, she had to do what the adults couldn't.
Yeah.
And like how a lot of the systems failed them.
Yeah. I think that brings like another interesting, like, which obviously, like, I don't know.
One
like,
of the
oh, sorry.
Just to finish my last point, I was thinking about how what is his name? Craig, whatever the host's name.
Oh yeah.
Him and the other guy were making a podcast that was like, the other one was like something about small town America and like how shit everything's going. I think that's kind of relevant into their lives, if that makes sense, because they lived in like a shit town.
Yeah.
And because of that, they didn't get. I don't want to say because of that they didn't get the help they needed, but it was very like, don't ask, don't tell kind of.
I mean, I think it can be because of that, because like that's what I was gonna lead into is like because what you said, like they didn't get the help they needed. Like there were so many signs that things were not okay, and the whole town knew that things were not okay, and they let these two children just fend for themselves for the most part.
In that town, I don't want to say in that town, like everyone was probably suffering, but even in like the well-off place with Silas, it's like they still didn't do anything.
They still didn't do it. Yeah. Like, who all knew about?
Imagine seeing your dad beat the shit out of someone in like a fucking driveway and just being like, "Yo, that's normal."
Yeah. Like your dad just beat the shit out of a girl, and you're like, "Okay, Dad." Like what?
Oh, she's a liar. It's like I'd still be like, you just curb stomped her. Like,
right, like if my dad did that, I'd be like, it doesn't fucking matter if she lied. You call the police.
Like, ayo.
Right.
Call the police.
What are you trying to hide?
And then says, don't call the police.
Yeah.
That's the most.
It's all. Like, thank God that like.
Not that I'm blaming his like two teenagers.
They were pretty shit.
They were pretty shit.
Yeah. But thank God, I don't even, again, that one guy, thank God he actually did call the police about the, again, just about the pictures.
There was like the one guy she danced with.
Yeah.
Like called the police to report the house.
Yeah. Thank God.
And he was on that team. But he never knew. Yeah,
I would say he never knew. It's just like
he wasn't a target for whatever reason, but
I wonder if it's because he was friends with the kids.
Probably.
I wonder if he stuck to ones that his kids didn't like really hang out with for fear
he probably
of
targeted certain families or something.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. And it's just
they weren't saying anything.
All of it is like this theme of like inaction on the part of so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody. Like Maybeth like did some stuff for like that's a grandma, I think.
It's kind of like the one kid I'm talking about.
Yeah, I wish I could remember their names.
The cops.
Yeah.
But how he said they called him bench warmer because he was like a bystander in his own life.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people were just bystanders as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know that directly correlates with the story is about, but in that instance, he wasn't a bystander. He did call the cops.
Yeah. Like when it mattered, he took action, whereas a lot of other people didn't. And I think that says a lot. Like even though like we barely knew this character, like he's so defined just by like knowing he was called a bitch warmer, and then knowing that he stood up for people who couldn't stand up for themselves.
I will be right back. I just have to go get Lexi.
Pet her for me, please.
I will.
Okay. But it's just a lot of shit that happened in this book, chat. Like this shit happens in real life, right? Like we know that this stuff happens. Like there are child predators. There are like drug addicts with a family. And there are small towns who just look the other way. And the fact that this book does such a good job of like illustrating all of this and using that, like this real life experience to like set this scene, and like these people like with these low reviews, they're like, this wasn't thrilling to me. And it's like, why not? Like, just because like there wasn't like an abundance of like murder or an abundance of plot twists, this wasn't thrilling to you. Like I was anxious the whole time, like reading this book. Like it was a page turner. Like I legit, like when I was reading it, like I couldn't put it down. And then like when I would have to go to sleep, because I normally read before bed, like I would have to put it down so I could go to bed. And then I would just be stressing about what was going to happen next. Like what's coming up in this book, like what's happening. And it's just, I can imagine that, like feeling that way, like in these situations in real life. Like if you are Wes McCrae, like searching for these answers and like doing this investigation, like I can imagine like the stress that comes with that. Like when you find a bloody hotel room with cut up t-shirts, or I guess the cut up t-shirts right there, but like still, like it, like my heart's beating just like thinking about reading it. Like it's thrilling, and it's not thrilling like in the way that like a roller coaster is thrilling, right? Because that's like an adrenaline high. This is so much different in that it's thrilling, and that it's just like I'm nervous. I'm worried about what's going to happen next. I'm not looking forward to it, but I have to know, you know? And that's what made this thrilling to me. And I just think it did a really good job. I don't know if I could pinpoint like a singular theme or message. I think like Sandy said, I think like a big message is taking these situations more seriously and doing so respectfully. Like I think at no point during this book did I feel like Wes McCrae was being disrespectful in his attempt to find answers. Like he wasn't, like I said, like he wasn't speculating. He wasn't just trying to come up with like, or even if he was speculating, he wasn't like sharing like all of these crazy like theories, right? Like what if, which is I feel like these days, that's a lot of what happens. That reminds me of like very recently, I think just like a year or two ago, there was that young woman who went on a cross-country trip with her fiance in a van, and she ended up missing. And from day one of when like she was announced missing in the news, people were already speculating. People were making up stories. People were trying to fill in the gaps. And even that, they're making a Lifetime movie out of it. Like it hasn't even been 2 years, I don't think. And they're making a Lifetime movie out of it. And I just find that just insanely weird. Like this woman died, and like now we do have answers. Like we know what happened. We know who did it. But we didn't. And to a degree, I think that like true crime can help. Like I think that there is an investigative aspect of it that, what am I trying to say? I think that, because again, there's a lot of unsolved cases. Our police force is not actually meant to like help find these people, right? Like we know that. That's not why police was founded. That's not why police exist. And they're just not going to go out of their way usually to solve these problems. And there are people, like, I'm sure there are like Wes McCrae's in the world, and whatever his boss's name, I don't know, who like do want to find the answers, but they can't make it about like views. Like you can't take it and make it about getting views, about getting engagement, about speculation, about what ifs, and turn it into conspiracy theories. because that is disrespectful, first of all. And then also, like, first of all, has the potential to like discredit you when things maybe don't turn out the way you want them to. But also it can get people's hopes up. Like, you can devastate people because people have these theories that like, oh, she's actually alive and she's here and she's doing this. And like, if people want to do that with Sadie, the book, I think that's fine. Like, the ending is what you make it. That's how this ended. Like, you can think to yourself, whatever like you want to happen, that can happen because it's a book. But in real life, it's not that simple. Welcome back. How was Lexi?
She was good.
Sweet
She's
little
just a little baby.
She says she is just a little baby. Little teeny tiny little nuggy. I'm just going on a rant about true crime.
I'll go off.
I just can't. It makes me so like, I think if more people like IRL were like true crime in the way that Wes McCrae is in this book, I think that it would be like, we would have a much better world.
Yeah.
But there's people who like turn it into like views.
Wes McCrae's like, he didn't want to take the case because he just didn't want to see what he would find.
Yeah.
Which is another form of like the inaction and.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember his boss's name, but like, I feel like the balance between the two of them, because I feel like the boss was pushing maybe a little too hard, where it like like that feels like how a lot of people are with real true crime, and then Wes McCrae like obviously sometimes just wanted to stop.
Yeah.
But then like I also think like he knew when to stop, and people in real life, a lot of them, and the ones that we see obviously, and that's part of the problem, is they get seen because people like controversial TikToks and YouTube videos and Lifetime shows and whatever. And so it's just there's going to be more and more of them, even though it's disgusting and potentially degrading. So I think this book did a good job of showing that it doesn't have to be like that. But then people are still mad that they don't have an answer. So maybe it does.
But they're not just going to make one up, like...
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was literally just saying, that like people just like make up shit like all the time about what they think happened to people. And that's crazy to me.
The most he says is like, I just hope she's there because I can't stand another dead girl.
Yeah. Like, you're allowed to like hope that, right?
Yeah.
But then like with these real life cases, I don't remember the name, but I was just talking about that young woman who went missing while traveling with her fiance, and then it turns out like he did kill her. And people like the whole time were like, oh well, she's still, like, I've heard she's still alive, like she actually got here, like she escaped, she survived. And it's like, why would you try to get people's hopes up? Like, these people, like this family is missing their daughter.
There's a difference between being, oh, I hope she's okay, and being like, and this is what really happened. Yeah. Like
there's conspiracy theories, and then there's like well wishes. And I think like true crime media is just like conspiracy theories. Because that's what gets views. Because it's crazy.
It's just clickbait.
It's clickbait. And that, I feel like that's what people wanted with this book too, was they wanted like some crazy, like, oh, she ended up moving to California and living there, you know? Like, I think that's what people wanted, and that's just not how the world works sometimes. But I'll rant about true crime all day if I let myself. So we've kind of already talked about this, but I'll see if you have anything else you want to add. What did you think about the characters? Who was your favorite? And did you relate to any of them?
I'm glad to say I personally didn't relate to any of them.
Same.
I guess my favorite character was Sadie. She's obviously the person of the book.
Yeah.
I thought she was a very interesting character. And like her frustration with being heard, which I guess is like, I don't say it manifests, but like both literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And she like her feeling of needing to like be this certain way and be perceived in this certain way that no one ever does.
That's fair.
I thought the characters were good characters.
Yeah.
Not like good as in all of them were good people.
They were good guys.
But I feel like they were good rounded characters, or the characters did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Like not everyone needs to be like this whole rounded character throughout the book, especially if it's not the point.
Right. Like I don't need like the tragic backstory of the guy behind the diner. But he was still a good character. Like he was still interesting. We did kind of get a little bit of a tragic backstory.
The author did a very good job of giving us what we needed to know.
Yeah.
And their descriptions, and like I said, it still felt very cinematic.
Yeah. Like it was like the characters were fleshed out just enough. Because it's like when you meet,
like I really was watching or listening to like a podcast.
Yeah. Because even like in real life, like when you're like meeting people or like when you're watching a TV show or listening to a podcast, right? Like not everybody's gonna come on and like be like, oh, I'm so and so and here's exactly why I feel exactly like why I feel and why this happened and who I am. Like you're gonna meet people, you're gonna talk to them, and then they're gonna go on their way, and that might be the last time you ever see them. And that's how the book did it, and
yeah,
it worked. It's not like Game of Thrones or some shit where like we need to know like there's like oh, this person is this person's son and this person's mother, and so that's relevant in this way and that way. Like that wasn't pertinent information, and so we didn't get it, but it didn't matter. Yeah. I honestly don't know if I have a favorite character.
Since it's just like a could happen in a real life book.
Yeah.
It's like Courtney did a good job of like I don't know how to put it, like characterizing the characters, like
yeah,
like giving them personality with such a few time, like little pages, like even if it's like putting in like making him seem like a person you know or have seen.
Right. Yeah.
It's like this is this lady you know down the street, and it's like okay, I got it.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, the entire book, like just the characters, the locations, just everything, like we're given just enough information. And it just felt very real.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately so.
Like and like it's a very real scenario. And so I think that's what added to me like really appreciating the book.
Can I add a point before I forget it again?
Absolutely.
I say one of the main points was like someone commented about how I know like she was stubborn and she always had to have the last word even if it was to her detriment. Sadie, I mean.
Yeah.
And I just keep thinking like the last scene we see her, she gets hit by him and she blacks out. Ooh. But we know in the very least she gets the last word.
Yeah. Because
obviously we know she wakes up. Or we can presume.
Yeah.
Because he got stabbed by...
He got stabbed by somebody.
He got stabbed at some point.
Yeah, someone stabbed him. So...
Yeah, so I'd like to think she got the last word.
Yeah. That's a really good like observation. That's really funny. Like funny, interesting, not funny haha, right?
Yeah. Not funny, weird.
Yeah. I was like, how do I say this without it just being a TikTok sound? No, yeah, that's like I didn't even pick up on that, but you're absolutely right.
I mean, that's fair. I also just finished it today.
Fair, but still, I think that's like the ability to pick out like shit like that. I think is everybody reads differently, right? And I think just that's really interesting.
Like something stick out to me like that.
Yeah, I love that.
I love pondering.
Hold on. I didn't take a nap today. I'm trying to nap less.
That's fair.
It's really fucking me up.
Oh no.
It's 9:47 and I'm yawning. And I don't go to bed until 1.
Oh no.
Oh well. If the story, this is interesting. If the story could be told by one of the other characters, which perspective would you prefer to hear?
Honestly, no one.
No one. I don't like it.
I think it did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could have solely been told by Wes McQuay or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah. I just feel like we needed these 2 points of view for the story to unfold.
Yeah, this had little leeway for like other perspective. It's like, what other perspective could you be being told?
Right. Like, are we just gonna find out what the mom did the whole time? Like, like they'd be a different book.
Yeah, it's just like,
yeah.
I don't think it needed it.
Mm-hmm. I don't have anything for this one because it's been too long and I didn't take any notes. But are there any quotes, passages, or scenes you found particularly compelling?
I mean, yes, but it's like, I don't have them written down.
That's fair.
It's just like I have scenes that I think like were compelling. I just remember there was one scene towards the very end when she's throwing up outside of the car and she's yelling into the grass, just trying to tell herself she's gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm. God, it makes me want to throw up.
Maybe I'll just look up quotes from this book.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You can. Oh, here we go. This is where there are parts that you thought were incredibly unique, out of place, thought-provoking, or disturbing. I mean, the whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah. The part that really like I had to put the book down was when she found the photos in the abandoned house. Like I knew he was going to I knew he was going to be some sort of accomplice, but I didn't know that he was going to be so deeply involved. And it really, I was like, oh my God, like he has kids.
I was very disturbed.
Yeah. Like that fucked me up.
Honestly, I'm also glad it wasn't one of those books where it was like, and then she never kills him.
Yeah.
Because he realizes she's a good person. Or she's like some weird bullshit.
She wanted to be the better person. Nah. She's like, killing him makes her the better person.
I don't know if she was like, obviously, it's not like she killed him in his sleep or something. But
yeah.
Do I think killing him would have hurt her more than helped? Probably. But that's not the point. I'm
all for a good revenge story. Like I honestly think like no matter what, like she was going to have some sort of trauma around this.
Oh yeah.
And for me, it's worth it for her to have that closure at least. Like,
yeah.
Is killing wrong? Yes. So is molesting children. And I think, again, like killing someone, even if it's in like self-defense or like for the greater good, like that's still very traumatizing for the person. I think especially in her case, like it's a moment of freedom.
Very cathartic. Is
the
word, maybe?
Yeah. And like, yeah, that's gonna fuck you up, but so would not killing him. Like especially like in her case, I think. So
and I don't think that gets dug into a lot.
Yeah. It's just listen, I'm gonna bring this back to Avatar: The Last Airbender because of who I am as a person.
Go off.
But like in the case of Ozai, like Aang had to make that decision, like, do I kill him or do I not kill him? And I think this is obviously I don't know, but I think because Aang himself was never directly harmed by Ozai, that made that a much easier decision for him, especially since he had like he had another option. He didn't have just A and B. He had A, B, and C, but he had to find C on his own, right? Like, I guess not on his own, with the help of the lion turtle.
It as his own person, with all the pressure putting on him as like a 12-year-old.
Right, like you are a 12-year-old who's
very healthy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and like I do think that he had this privilege of not having that direct relation to the damage that Ozai had done. Like obviously, like the Fire Nation as whole, like yeah, he lost his entire nation. I've taken this book club and made it into an Avatar fan club. I'm very sorry.
Go off.
This is who I am. Like he did have that privilege of not having that directly. Meanwhile, there were people like obviously like Katara and Sokka were not directly affected by, like Ozai never hurt them, right? Yeah, but his actions directly affected them, whereas his actions never actually affected Aang. And so to him, it wasn't just like that revenge. Whereas if it had been like if Zuko would have been that person, like yeah, Zuko should have killed him, like 100%.
Maybe even his sister.
Listen, she was also abused. I have some feelings about Azula.
Oh no, I meant his sister could have also killed him.
She could have. Oh yeah, Azula definitely could have killed him. Holy shit!
Sorry, I wasn't like he could.
Oh yeah.
That's how I was going.
Listen, okay. I thought you were saying Zuko should have killed Azula, and I was like, yeah, she was pretty fucked up, but it wasn't her fault. Damn.
I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. If Azula, like if either of them, yeah. Like Zuko or Azula, if they would have been that final person, I think that they should have killed him. But the fact that it was Aang, I think it would have put into question his whole belief system, which again, he already is privileged to hold because he comes from such a different place than everyone else. Like literally. But then also like it didn't make sense for him to kill him. He had no reason to, right? Whereas in this book, I'm bringing it back. In this book, like Sadie had a reason. I don't want to call it a motive, but that is really what it was. Like, and more than one, like it like built on top of it. Like she was herself abused. Her sister was killed, abused and killed. And then she witnessed him doing it again and found evidence that he's done it multiple times. Like she had so many reasons to kill this man. And I think she deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put up some of the quotes, by the way. I was looking through them.
Are they in the chat? Oh god.
I can send you.
Oh god, I'm linking my DMs. There's nothing embarrassing. Oh, here we go. I just don't know if anybody said anything they don't want. Here we go. Oh, there's lots of quotes.
There's a lot of just like, yeah, they're quotes. I'm trying to think of one that's like really, no offense. It was a terrible thing, sure, but we live in a world that has no shortage of terrible things. You can't stop all of them.
I like that. I'm gonna like that one. Like, I think that does such a good job of like illustrating what we were talking about.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I realized pretty early on that who didn't really matter so much. That anybody who listens to me, I end up loving them just a little.
Aww.
I was like, oof.
That's rough.
Or like, it'll heal fine. That'll heal ugly. But most things too.
That's fine.
Or, I'm trying to find the one I was just looking at. How do you forgive the people who are supposed to protect you?
That's literally the one that I was just on. I was like, damn. It's so good.
Oh, this one. My eyes burn and tears slip down my cheeks and I can't even imagine. Excuse me, hold on. How pathetic I look. Girl with a busted face, torn up arms, begging for the opportunity to save other girls. Why do I have to beg for that?
Yeah. Damn. It's interesting to me to see the quotes that have the most likes, because like this first one, like I wouldn't consider this like the best quote in the book, but like 174 people liked it. But love is complicated. It's messy. It can inspire selflessness, selfishness, our greatest accomplishments, and our hardest mistakes. It brings us together, and it can just as easily drive us apart. Like, to me, that's not like a very, like, especially in the terms of this book, like I don't think it's a very compelling quote, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a good quote, but I don't think,
I mean,
like,
it might be for the person, maybe, but
that's true. Yeah. But like the one you just read, like, why do I have to fight for, like, why do I have to beg for that? To me, like, that's such a powerful quote. And I think that like, that's one of the best. Like, it's just so like interesting. Yeah.
It's not about finding peace. There will never be peace.
I'm just gonna comment this quote into all of the 1-star reviews. I'm kidding. But like, what if I did? Like that's literally that's the point of the book. There's the theme. Not really, but you know, like it's literally right there.
I think this is a quote from the host. Girls go missing all the time, and ignorance is bliss. I didn't want this story because I was afraid. I was afraid of what I wouldn't find, and I was afraid of what I would. I still am.
Oh, I actually do remember this quote in this book. I do wish that the quotes were attributed to the characters. I understand that characters are not real people, but I do, because like that's a Wes McCrae quote.
Like the page numbers at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, of all the quotes for me to laugh at, I'm going to kill a man, I'm going to steal the light from his eyes, I want to watch it go out. That's not a funny quote, but to me, I'm like, yeah, girl, get him. I'm fucked up. It's fine. Let's see. I am actually going to skip this next question. How did you feel about the ending? We've already sort of talked about this. Actually, we've already very much talked about it. But
yeah. You know what? It was good.
It was good.
Fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters. There is no peace. Like not every book has to have a happy ending.
Yeah, it wasn't even like an unhappy ending. It was just like,
it just wasn't the ending they wanted. Which is fine. You're allowed to be upset by
well,
that.
I'm gonna be very blunt. There's books I've read where, you know what? They weren't good enough to support a bad ending. But this was a good book.
This was a good book. There are books like I'm just bringing it to all the things. Like there are, I guess this isn't a book. It was and it should be, but it will probably never actually be. Like Game of Thrones. Obviously, is a series. It's a very long series, and the books are not done, so I don't actually know how the books end. But the way the series ended, like it had a definitive ending. And then a lot of people didn't like that ending because like it didn't tie up ends that they wanted to be tied up, or it tied them up in a way they didn't like. And I think this book like circumvented that and also just made it more realistic. Like,
yeah.
Obviously more realistic than Game of Thrones, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people are going to be mad either way. And so I think, especially in the case of this book, with it being so true to life, with it just leaving that little bit open-ended, like she accomplished her goal. Like, because that's it. She did what she set out to do. After that, the ending doesn't matter. Like, does it matter what happens to the Stark children after the end of Game of Thrones? No. So why would we talk about it? Like, obviously we want to know if she's okay, but it doesn't actually matter in terms of like the story that we're telling. And in terms of it being so true to life, I've said this a million times already in this 2-hour, not even 2-hour stream, you don't always get answers. Like some things are always left unsaid. Some things are always left unknown. And that's just how it is, especially in a case like this. And I think that's
Yeah.
what makes this book it's not the only thing that makes this book such a good book, but I think it definitely lends to that.
Yeah.
So fuck them hoes. I gave it 1 star. Would you recommend this book to a friend? Yeah, I would.
Yes.
I will. I'm gonna tell all my coworkers to read it.
Trigger warnings, but
Right, yeah. There's definitely some warnings in here. But
would recommend this to a friend, asterisk with trigger warning.
Just like I do with
I do with most books.
like
I'm just like
Death Parade, the anime. You should absolutely watch this anime, but
maybe when you're in a good headspace.
Yeah. So it's a good book. I'm happy with it. I've gotten a lot of ads for Interview with a Vampire lately.
Oh, I haven't.
I don't know if this is this like a new show? I never liked the movie.
I can't say I cared to watch the movie.
My sister was obsessed with it when I was young. And so I saw it. Maybe that's why I hate it so much, is because I saw it so much. I'm glad we got the book when we did. We got it for a really cheap price. It's $10 again. Oh, actually, you got the real copy. My digital copy was like $2. It was on sale.
I think I got this on like the discount shelf for like $4 or $5.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just like it's like an ink blot on the top, so maybe it was just like quote unquote damaged or
like
something.
A misprint or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like hell yeah, I'll pay fucking $4 for a book. Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably like $4. Well, I don't know why I'm particularly remembering like $4.97 or something, but it was very cheap.
Did you get it from Books A Million? That sounds like a Books A Million price.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you know what's up.
They always have those. Yeah, because it's not an old book. It came out in 2018.
Yeah.
And it's still the fact that this came out in 2018. I'm gonna send this to every true crime podcaster and be like, read this before you do anything else.
Yeah.
Like, I think
I have another book by this author, and I think I have the book signed.
Oh,
I got it at Books A Million.
I don't know what else she writes. What do I see?
I'm trying to think of the one I have. It's what's it, The Project.
Oh,
I don't know what box it is.
A lot of books.
Yeah.
It does look like. Oh no, here. This one has a good review, but
I think Sadie's are like most revered, but
yeah. The Please Remain Calm also has good reviews, but it looks like it's a 1.5. So it's part of a series. I wonder if the rest of the series has good reviews. Not as good, but still good. Put that in my want to read.
I'll read The Project.
Looking for her. Ooh, look at this. This has a high review. What Goes Around. I'll read that too. Well, I'll add it to my to read. I don't know if I'll ever actually read it.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It's one of those nights.
We are almost done, chat. When Sammy gets back, I am just gonna do the wheel spin for our next book. I really need to find a bot. Hold on. I really need to find a bot that works on YouTube, because I want to share our Discord, but I don't have a bot right now. Oh, I think I have it. Hold on. I have a bot. It just doesn't work on YouTube. We do book club once a month most of the time. Once a month. The first Monday of the month is book club. And one day I'll find my, just kidding. I'm just going to copy the link from here. We do it in the Discord, and you don't have to participate in the call if you don't want to. You can just read along, and then we have a discussion board in the, like a discussion channel in the Discord. Here we go, invite links. Oh, I have streamer mode enabled. Here we go. I'll get there one day. I know that I have a Discord command. There it is. I found it.
I found the book.
What book did you find?
The Project by Courtney Summers.
Oh, nice. I hear a dog barking outside my house.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. It sounds like a big dog too. There's not a lot of big dogs around here. There we go. There's the Discord. Oh, that looks terrifying. Like, I would not pick up this book, not because it's not an interesting cover, but because it looks terrifying. Like, I think my heart rate just increased looking at this book cover.
Oof, I opened it. Oof, the cover is great. I opened it and the pages are, the first page is red and it says you've been chosen.
Oh no, absolutely not. Have fun with that.
Oh, it's
you laughing at me, Jenny? I'm a baby.
The cover embossed on the cover of the book, like the hardcover, not the cover
not the dust cover, yeah.
Is there is no flaw in you.
Nope.
I believe this book is about like
a no for me, dog.
It's like a reporter trying to look for her sister who's like gotten tagged along in a cult.
Oh. So she has a type that she writes, I guess. Listen, I don't mind. That's fine. If she does it well, that's all that matters. Jenny, how are you? How's your night? Sammy, do you have any spoopy book recommendations, or are you okay if I just spin the wheel of fate?
I don't have any. I was gonna be like, yeah, The Project.
Listen, I'm too much of a baby for that. Headachy still, I'm sorry.
Oh, make me feel better.
Maybe one of these will be spoopy.
Doubt it.
Well, just gonna like let it snow.
Let it snow.
The Dark Tide. That sounds kind of spoopy. Let me go into
The Dark Tide.
Go into our books and see what it is.
Is that the Is that the one?
Just hormone
one?
shit. I'm sorry. My uterus is attacking me. I missed one day of my birth control. So my power was out Friday and Saturday. And I take my birth control with my breakfast, and I ate breakfast at my friend's house on Saturday because they had power and I didn't. So I went to their house because they made breakfast. And so I didn't take my medicine, which includes my birth control, right? And then my body was like, the floodgates have opened and now I want to die. So close to my recommendation. Oh, which one was yours? You're allowed to do more than one, Loki. You don't have to only put one in. You can add as many as you want. All right. Where am I looking for The Dark Tide? There it is. Oh, I recommended this.
Oh.
It's just, I don't remember. I'm sure there's a reason. Oh, this is probably just because of the description. A gripping, dark, enemies to lovers, LGBTQ plus YA fantasy about two girls who must choose between saving themselves, each other, or their sinking island home. Drama.
Oh my goodness. Putting it on the list.
You sound so upset. Putting it on the list, I guess.
No.
I don't want to force
I just think it's really funny. It was one of yours, and you were like, "What is this?"
What is this? Well, some of them, it's like I was like interested in them, and so I added them to the list, and then I promptly forgot about them. Right? Like,
that's fair. I was looking at some of mine, and I was like, maybe I don't want to read this anymore.
I don't want to force everyone to read my fantasy crap. Listen, I love fantasy crap. It's not, nobody has to read it, right? Like, nobody has to read it. If they don't want to read it, they don't have to. I'm working on recording and editing stuff today, though. So that's awesome. I did a lot of branding stuff today. Like I updated my scenes, obviously. I updated some other graphics. I still need to do some more. And then I obviously worked. I literally worked 1 hour on Friday before the power went out. I was working for 1 hour. I start work at 9. My power went off at 10:12. And so I had so much shit to catch up on, but I still did a lot today. Hell yeah. I'm gonna look at what other books I've added. We've already read Turtles All the Way Down, which was one of mine. I have Neverwhere. I added that one because it's Neil Gaiman. I haven't read it yet. Let It Snow by John Green, because I love John Green. I think that's the only John Green novel I've never read. It's not just by John Green. It has other authors in it too. And I just right. And then somebody recommended the Witcher series, and so I added one of those. Like, obviously I like The Witcher the game, even though I'm very bad at it. And so I was like, yeah, I'll probably like the books too. One day I'll finish the show. Well, catch up on the show. All right. Let me open the Dark Tide back up. Let's see what we've got going over here. I keep changing my scene. I'm doing the opposite of what I normally do. Normally I forget to change scenes. Now I'm changing it too much. Around St. Walpurgis Eve, Caldella's Witch Queen lures a boy back to her place. Listen.
Oh boy.
I'm sold. An innocent life to be sacrificed on the full moon to keep the island city from sinking. Aww. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm ready. My body is ready.
Let me see if it's at my local books a million.
Well, it's actually cheaper on Kindle than it is on Kobo. I hate reading things on Kindle, though. I hate the Kindle app so much. I might see if I can find it at my library.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna bring us back to our regular discussion.
For limited quantity.
Oh no!
Where am I supposed to go?
Maybe you'll get one of the limited.
Dark Tide Blu-ray. What is this?
Wait, is there a movie?
Not about the book.
Oh,
it looks like
damn.
It's a Halle Berry movie.
Let me see. Open my Libby app. Guys, if you don't have the Libby app, get on that shit. Get you a library card.
Where's my Kindle? Oh, fuck.
You know what? I don't know. Unfortunately. Oh, damn. They don't have it. There is apparently a Philippa Gregory novel called Dark Tide, though, and I love Philippa Gregory. So. Hey, Google, stop.
It's time to get outdoorsy.
I don't even know what's playing. I think it's my YouTube.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, you're feeling outdoorsy.
My TV just turned itself on. That was terrifying.
God.
I thought it was my Google. Because I thought I was like, oh, maybe I just accidentally opened this audiobook, because normally when I'm listening to my audiobook, it comes through my Google Home. But then when I told Google to stop, it was like, nah, bitch. And then I got up and my fucking TV was on.
Jesus.
My house is haunted. Anyway, I'll have to see where I can get the book from, because I don't have it at my...
Questions anymore on Goodreads? Oh no, I see it now. Never mind.
Oh, so they have changed the pages. I'm not sure. I like the design better, but I am confused by it. But that's just because I'm so used to the old one, right? Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm just always curious. I don't even want to see the question list on Sadie's. What's the ending?
What happened? Why doesn't it finish?
41 questions.
Oh, on Sadie?
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, are we on different pages? Mine says 8. We are on different pages. Is there a way for me to save this wheel? I don't have to keep typing these book titles in IDK. Cool. Is anybody gonna read this book with us? Loki, Jenny? Obviously you don't have to. I'm just interested to know. Who's joining book club for October? Wait, what? Oh, I was... My chat's freaking out. There we go.
I like this question. Without any spoilers, what age is this book appropriate for? Would it
That
be
is interesting.
suitable for a 13 or 14-year-old? No.
No.
Well,
I guess it depends on the 13 or 14-year-old. I mean, I'm not reading the books. I haven't read it, so I don't know.
what are your thoughts?
I didn't hear what you asked. Oh, oh my God, I've been talking this whole time, but I was muted. I was talking to chat, and then my chat started like freaking out, and so then I got confused and I was still muted. I think it depends on the 13 or 14-year-old, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna be like, no, not the average.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I
But
think
it could be cathartic for some.
yeah. It just depends. Sorry, Jenny. I was talking to. I'm all over the place right now. No. So I was just asking who is going to be reading the book with us this month. I know I wasn't muted for stream. I was muted for Sammy, and I was talking
Hello?
to Sammy. Hello.
Yes. Did you mean to talk to me? Or are you talking to chat?
Oh, I was talking to chat. Yes. Could you hear me when I was
Sorry.
talking about the age differences? See, I'm just causing confusion.
No?
I'm too tired.
It's okay.
Not the age differences. I'm sorry. I meant the age, like, to read. My brain is dead.
It's night.
Oh, this one's short. It's only 265 pages.
Heyo, even shorter.
Even shorter. We're just getting shorter and shorter. We should finish this one fast.
Hello. Or if you're not me,
Hello.
the same day.
Or, I mean, hey, that's still fast. Just all at once. I am excited to read this one, though. This sounds very interesting. So much excitement. If anybody else would like to join us in reading this for the month of October, I will update the info probably tomorrow. I'm tired, so maybe not tonight, but definitely by tomorrow in the Discord. And when our next book club will be November 7th, I think. As of right now, it will be November 7th. I will let you guys know if that changes for whatever reason. So, Anything you'd like to say before we close out, Sammy?
Sadie, what a good book.
Sadie, what a good. Everybody read Sadie. A good book. Also read The
Maybe
House
I'll read-
on the Cerulean Sea.
Yes. Maybe I'll read the project and let you know if it's good.
Oh God, yeah. And also let me know if it's terrifying, because it looks terrifying.
It certainly does. I like the cover a lot, though.
Yeah. It is something.
It sure is.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for reading Sadie so fast.
No problem. It
Appreciate
was a good
you.
book. I'm so
It
glad
was a
I read
really
it.
good book. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'll see you next week.
Yes.
I will not see anybody on Wednesday. I will be out of town.
Good luck.
Yee, thanks. Bye.
Good night.
Have a good night. Thank you, Jenny. You too. I will not be streaming on Wednesday, guys. I am leaving tomorrow for a work trip, so I'm going to be out of town. I won't be coming back until Friday night or Saturday morning. And so next stream is going to be next Monday. What? I realized that since I already do so many streams, like book club, community game night, stuff like that on Monday, I'm just gonna try, because I got rid of Sunday streams when I moved, right? When I was moving. Right now, I don't feel like adding Sunday streams back in, but I am gonna try streaming Mondays, just at, the normal time. 8 p.m. That's when we're gonna try it out. So Mondays at 8 and Wednesdays at 8 are gonna be our stream times now, guys. Now that we're here on YouTube. What? So next week, I am planning on starting a new game. I don't know what game yet. We'll find out. Who knows? Not me. It might be a game that I already own. We'll see. Game. Wow. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. And then exciting news. I forgot to mention this earlier. So last Monday of the month is community game night, right? Last Monday of the month is Halloween. So if you have any spoopy game recommendations that we can play as a group that is not Phasmophobia, let me know. Because I would love for us to do a scary game. Yeah, a spoopy community game night. Let's fucking go, right? I think that sounds hilarious. I will scream. Oh my God, Deceit. You're right. Dead by Daylight. That one, listen, I'll have to see if I can do that one. I get nauseous watching people play that game, but I can see if I can handle it playing it. We will see. Maybe I'll see if I can find, somebody, I just need you to stream to me, right? We'll see. So yes, I do love Deceit. Listen, let's just play Among Us. No, I'm kidding. Deceit's terrifying. Deceit's just terrifying Among Us. But yeah, just keep sending in recommendations. If you want to post them in the Discord too, either in the chat or in the game channel, that's awesome. Let me know if it's something I need to pick up. Fuck yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And I hope everybody has a good night. And I am gonna go ahead and get ready for bed at fucking 10:30 because I am so tired. I didn't take a nap today. Appreciate you guys. I will see you next Monday. Good luck to everybody who's going to be playing Overwatch 2 tomorrow. I'm super jealous. I might literally try to play it on my Switch. We'll see. Good night. Bye.